Hello, I'm Luke. Welcome to another episode of the Vision to Victory podcast, where we discuss practical ways to turn your dreams into reality. Last week, we discussed progress, pursuit, and the mess, highlighting the reality that life is messy. And if we wait until the time is right or the mess is gone to engage in meaningful pursuits, then we'll never start. And this week, I want to continue in a similar vein, but I want to talk about joy. Much like what we discussed last week, real joy is not predicated on perfect circumstances or the absence of life's messes or the absence of pain and difficulty. Rather, there's a deeper joy that can be found in all seasons of life. I know for me, the more I experience the ebbs and flows and different seasons of life, the more I desire things that have staying power, things that are stable and rooted. So life, when it throws the inevitable curveballs, the foundational components of my life remain intact. So what is it? What is joy? How do we find it? And how do we keep it? I think in order to properly define it, we need to differentiate joy from happiness. And the key difference is that happiness is temporary. It's an emotion tied to external circumstances, while joy is deeper. It's an enduring state that comes from within. So with that in mind, if we know that joy comes from within us, not from external circumstances and the things around us, then how do we cultivate that in ourselves? There have been seasons in my life where external circumstances were good, but I didn't have joy because what was inside was chaotic and anxious. And conversely, I've been in seasons where external circumstances were not great, but my internal state was peaceful and content. So while it's not always easy, there are practical things that we can do to extend deep roots of joy in our lives. And that's what I want to talk about today. The first area is gratitude and mindfulness. These are things that I've touched on before, and they're so important. Keeping an attitude of gratitude, I know it's a little cliche, but it has such a profound impact on the lens that we view the world through. And there are very practical things that we can do to choose gratitude, to choose to be grateful. And it's very difficult to be grateful and ungrateful at the same time. How's that? So some of the things we can do to practice gratitude and mindfulness. Number one, maybe keep a gratitude journal. I've done this at different seasons in my life, and it's tremendously helpful. Uh, if you're not much for journaling, number one, I recommend giving it a try. But if you're not interested in that, you can do this simple practice. This is something that I do every single day, of taking a few minutes and think of 3 things that you're grateful for today. And, give yourself some parameters. Maybe don't do the same 3 that you did the day before, right? But whatever it is, things that really make you feel grateful. It could be something big or it could be something small. I am so grateful for my family, each one of them. My wife, each of my kids. Like, if I think about them and just take a second to be thankful for them, it does something inside of me that is peaceful. And sometimes the small things matter too. And there's something to be said for learning to appreciate and actively practicing gratitude when it comes to small things. So take time to appreciate small things, maybe like a cup of coffee in the morning. I love the smell of coffee in the morning. I love the feel of a hot mug, and I love the taste of coffee. It's one small thing. Maybe for you, it's watching a sunset or sunrise. Whatever it is, appreciate the small things. And the other piece with gratitude and mindfulness is being present. This is another topic that I talk a lot about because it is so important, and it has such a significant impact on how we experience life. Focus on where you are in the moment, what you're doing, and stay in the moment, and then try to stay in the day too. So throughout the day, I find myself, it's really easy to get distracted. And, there's so many things, we've talked about this as well, but there's so many things that distract us in the world today. And I just encourage you to take as much time as you can in every day to be present moment to moment. This fosters peace and it fosters joy. Okay, so we've got gratitude and mindfulness. Now let's talk about nurturing relationships and giving back. Again, common theme, but it's so integral to our life experience, and it's so integral to joy, to deep rooted joy. So spend time with loved ones. I feel like I'm reminded of this all the time. Admittedly, I have a tendency to, you know, stay at home a lot. I feel like I can get more done, or maybe it's just less effort. But every time it seems where I take the time to get lunch or coffee with a friend or a family member, I always feel better, and in a deep way, like a deep sense of, I don't know, just connection, not only just to that person, but just to life itself. And it's just a reminder that we really do need those connections with our loved ones. And so I just encourage you to nurture relationships. And then the second piece of this, again, give back. Another thing we talk about a lot, help others. Acts of kindness and service are such a deep source of fulfillment and joy. And I have found that if I am in a difficult season or even just a difficult day, one of the best things I can do to get myself out of that state, or um, to at least mitigate kind of the effects of it, is to do something for someone else, whether that's reaching out, telling someone you're thinking about them, whatever it is. Nurture your relationships and give back. The third piece, engage in meaningful activities. We all need things that, are fun, that we enjoy, and, that do bring happiness. We need those moments of levity. And so, whatever that might look like for you, I just encourage you to take time for those things, those hobbies, uh, whatever that is. Maybe create something. If you are artistic in any way, maybe you like to paint or build things, whatever that looks like for you. Um, we need those things that are engaging and, again, bring us those moments of levity and happiness. And another piece of just meaningful activities is setting goals. Another thing we talk about, but it's so important to have a sense of accomplishment with life. This is kind of in the same vein of one of the pieces of last week's episode, which is progress. So much of feeling good about our lives and the direction of our lives is not necessarily the kind of moment to moment situations, or even the state that we're in, even if it's good, if we're in a good place. It's that we're making progress. There's something to be said for just continually growing, learning, making progress, just developing new skills, whatever that looks like for you. So set meaningful goals, get some hobbies, find something fun to do, or create something, whatever that looks like for you, but engage in meaningful activities. And then the last category here is prioritizing self-care and well-being. This is really important. I think we get it wrong a lot on kind of two ends of the spectrum, actually. See, taking care of your physical health affects every single part of your life. And I believe that taking care of your spiritual health affects every single part of your life. And all of these areas kind of contributing to health, self care, and well being, uh, They all are intertwined, and it's so important that we prioritize them. And this is not the kind of self-centered cultural theme of, take care of you, you do you, that sort of thing. This is really important. If you want to be the best version of you for all the things and people that you care about in your life, you have to be intentional about it. So take care of your health in every area. Take care of your physical health, take care of your spiritual health, take care of your mental health. It all matters. And here's another piece that I think we miss sometimes. And this is a good reminder for me because sometimes I struggle with this. Be compassionate with yourself. Sometimes we are our own worst critics. And I think that this is true for a lot of people. It's certainly true for me. I can, right? I joke about this. I'm a recovering perfectionist, but I have such high standards for myself in so many areas. And I, you know, it's easy for me to feel like sometimes I need to just be doing more all the time. I need to be doing more. And it's so important that we're kind to ourselves. Sometimes, again, speaking from personal experience, we can be very much more critical of ourselves than maybe we would ever be of anybody else. And obviously, that's not productive. That's not helpful. And it certainly impacts our joy, right? So it's so important to be compassionate and kind with yourself. We're all a work in progress. Okay, so we've got gratitude and mindfulness, nurture relationships and give back, engage in meaningful activities, and prioritize self care and well being. I've heard it said that we pursue happiness, but we choose joy. I think that's true. Happiness provides moments of pleasure and excitement, which again are good things, but joy offers a stable foundation for emotional well being and resilience, regardless of life's ups and downs. So, is there an area in your life where you can choose joy? Maybe one thing you could do that would integrate joy into your daily foundation, all these things we just talked about. I hope you choose gratitude today. I hope you choose to do something kind for someone. I hope you choose to do something fun and meaningful. And finally, I hope you choose to be kind and patient with yourself. If you enjoyed this and it was helpful, please share with someone. I'll see you next week.